I left my heart. San Francisco. High on a hill, it calls to me to be where little cable cars climb halfway to the stars. The morning fog may chill the air. I don't care, my love waits there. San Francisco, above the blue, and windy sea. When I come home to you, San Francisco, your golden sun will shine for me.
All right, welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is July 21st, 2023, and the big story this morning, sadly, is the death of longtime singer Tony Bennett. And as you can see, CNN and many of the other networks are remembering him for his best-selling song, I Left My Heart in San Francisco. And in light of his death at age 96, that number is special to the Church of Satan, which of course was established in San Francisco. We have somebody in the chat this morning saying, how come you're blaming this on Satan when nobody's ever seen Satan? Well, I don't know what assumptions you're coming to, but no one's blaming it on Satan. We're talking about the Church of Satan, which is a factual thing, established by Anton LaVey on April 30th, 1966. And again, the Church of Satan, we know who's really behind it. It is the Jesuit order. Thus why Anton LaVey died by the Jesuit code, something we went into great detail about yesterday. So anyhow, Gematria. This is definitely a practice of the Jesuits as well as the Church of Satan. It's a very simple practice. And notice how in Gematria, Satanism equals 96. That's just by taking the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, up to Z, the 26th letter is 26. And when you run it in reverse, the alphabetic order, which is, again, a practice in the occult, the law of reversals, but Z is 1 back to A is 26, Satanism is 120, going with why the Church of Satan was established on the 120th day of 1966, again, April 30th. And it is 57 years later. Satanism is also 57. Big number in the entertainment world. That's another topic. But again, it's July 21st. It's the day leaving 163 days left in the year. That is the 38th prime number. And if you're new here, 38, major number of death. Death has that gematria of 38. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse, death's also 97. And Tony Bennett's dead at age 96, meaning he's dead in his 97th year of his life. And he's dead just 13 days before his upcoming birthday, which is August 3rd, a date that can be written 3-8 or 8-3. If you're new here, we'll talk about the Murder by Numbers song that came out in 83 by the band The Police, where killing's the sport of the elite. It's as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. Again, that song came out in 83. Tony Bennett is dead on the 83rd day of the Church of Satan's age. His birthday, August 3rd, can be written 8-3 or 3-8. Again, he's also dead on the 163rd day of the year, which is the 38th prime. And notice how murder has that gematria of 83 and 38. 83, 38. Again, these ciphers are very intuitive. It's the alphabetic order forwards, backwards, and forwards and backwards with numerology. So this is very elementary mathematics. You could teach this to a young child as long as they know, numbers and how to add and subtract. They'd be able to grasp all this. And as should you, even if you're new here. So Tony Bennett, dead at 96, remembered for I left my heart in San Francisco, the city that is the home of the Church of Satan. I want you to see how connected he is to San Francisco in terms of his actual name, and how this is seemingly also synced with the Pope, the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, who's named after St. Francis of Assisi, just like San Francisco is. And also how interesting it is that they're blaming this on Alzheimer's. We're going to look at the day it was announced that he had Alzheimer's and how that syncs up with today, him passing on the 21st of the month. We'll bring this all together and we'll bring it back to the Church of Satan. So, Tony Bennett's birth name is Anthony Dominic Benedetto. And notice his full name. It does have gematria of 383, which is the 76th prime number. I was just talking about how when I drove through California, I noticed on the way to San Francisco, the road sign says 76 miles to San Francisco. And then when I was heading back north on the way back home to Washington State, I noticed coming from the other direction, there's the sign 76 miles to San Francisco. And if you're new here, in Gematria, San Francisco equals 76. So his full name, 383, the 76th prime. Notice also how San Francisco is 122. So is Satanic. The city's on the 122nd meridian west. And his full name, Anthony Dominic Benedetto, also 122. So is Pope Francis, who again is named after St. Francis of Assisi, just like the city, San Francisco. And for the record, the Jesuit motto, Isus Hominum Salvator, is also 122. It's the IHS in the Jesuit logo. If you're new here, it's also 266. Pope Francis is the 266th Pope in the history of the Catholic Church, first Jesuit. It's also 274. Roman Catholic Church has celebrated the Son's birthday on Christmas Day since 274 AD. And then again, if you're new here, they've also celebrated Jesus' birthday on the same day since 320 AD. Roman Catholic Church 320, which is 46 years later, like Catholics 46, like JFK killed at age 46. The first Catholic president who was number 35, like Joe Biden, the second Catholic president, who's number 46, elected exactly 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday, inaugurated on the Pope's 35th day of his age, 46 books in the Catholic Old Testament, 145 more chapters. It's all in the Gematria. This is how you can see who gave us the calendar, which is named after a Catholic Pope, and who gave us the English language. Again, you check the history. English is credited to a Catholic monk, Burfirth of Ramsey Abbey. And in the 16th century, it was all lined up. English standardized with the 26 letters, the Gregorian calendar named after the Pope. Not to be super redundant, but Anton LaVey, since we're talking about the Church of Satan, he died 201 days after his own birthday and 201 days before the Pope's birthday. We're in the time of the first Jesuit Pope, who's the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican, whose name equals 201, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, ultimately, who's behind the Church of Satan is the Jesuits. That's why all this stuff's perfectly synced up. But you can also see that this ritual does pay tribute to the Church of Satan, and we're going to make that point further. So notice, I Left My Heart in San Francisco has the gematria of 154. Again, this is Tony Bennett's most remembered song. Tony Bennett also equals 154. Alzheimer's equals 154. And you might notice Alzheimer's also equals 53. You might have noticed a second ago, so does Tony Bennett. And the song I Left My Heart in San Francisco was written in 1953. And the number 154 is very much connected to Saturn. And in the occult, Saturn is Satan. In the Grim Reaper's scythe comes from the astrological symbol for Saturn. But notice, if you write out Saturn, it has gematria of 93. Also 69, which is the reflection of 96. Also 21. He's dead on the 21st of the month. It was announced on February 1st, 2-1, in the year 2021 that he had Alzheimer's. So it was a 21 ritual then, now to be dead on the 21st. But all of these things relate to Saturn. 93, special number to Saturn rituals. If you spell out 93, it also equals 154. It also equals 55, like Satan. And by the way, I forgot to make the point about San Francisco, which starts with an S like Satan. San Francisco's 122 and 50 as well. We talked about the 76. It's also 202. Of course it's 202 because Tony Bennett's dead on the 202nd day of the year, you guys. Today, 202nd day of the year, leaving 163 days remaining. I left my heart in San Francisco. He's dead. But anyway, San Francisco, 122 and 50. Just like Satanic is 122 and 50. For all the guys who follow Mark Passio, who loves to brag about how he was hand-recruited by Anton LaVey, you'll notice his name is 122 and 67 like Satanic. But okay, coming back to the 154 piece. Saturnalia. Ancient Romans festival related to celebrating Saturn and also ritual sacrifice, which happens to be Pope Francis's birthday. Saturnalia has the gematria of 154. Notice the first 3 digits of the year the Jesuits were recognized by the Roman Catholic Church was the year 1540, 1540. September 27th, 1540, the day leaving 95 days left near their original mission to counter the 95 Theses. The Jesuits and the Illuminati are related, as we know. The word illuminate is 154. Star of Remphan, a symbol used to represent Saturn. Star of Remphan, 154. And Saturn's cube. Again, a cube is 6-sided. Saturn's the 6th planet. Saturn's cube is also 154. And remember, again, Saturn is 21. 21 is the 6th triangular number, which means if you add 1 through 6 together, it equals 21. Again, Saturn's the 6th planet. Tony Bennett, dead on the 21st, announced in 21 that he had Alzheimer's the year 2021 on the date February 1st. You might recall that was the same day that Burma's military overthrew its government, and I predicted at the beginning of the year we'd see a major war ritual in tribute to 21, because again, Jesuits 21, wars 21, armies 21, evils 21. So anyhow, Saturn, Satan, the Church of Satan in San Francisco, Tony Bennett's best-selling song, and again, what a ritual it is, right? What a ritual. Dead on the 202nd day of the year, which I almost overlooked. But, yeah, again, no one's going to question the death of a 96-year-old man. They're going to think, wow, he was lucky to live that long of a life. And indeed, especially in the world of entertainment where so many of these guys don't even make it out of their 20s. They die by the same type of code, but they don't even make it out of their 20s. And still, you know, in all likelihood, Tony Bennett did not pass naturally today. And it is another occult ritual sacrifice, something the entertainment world is full of. So, if you're new here, the movie poster for Murder by Numbers, starring Sandra Bullock. Again, they changed the E to the 3 and the B to the 8, 3883. The orange numbers that surround the words are 7 and 9. So you have 38, 83, 79 right there. Again, murder. 79, 38, 83. The star of the film, Sandra Bullock, 83. The film came out 38 weeks after her birthday, in her 38th year of life. And again, it released on a very important day to the Jesuits. It released on April 19th, which is the day in history that Ignatius of Loyola became the first superior general of the Jesuit order. And just for the record, Ignatius of Loyola, 201, just like the Jesuit order, 201. He's the founder of the Jesuits. And that day in history, April 19th, full of tragedy. Big one was the Oklahoma City bombing in 95. Again, the Jesuits created to counter the 95 Theses. They blamed on Timothy McVeigh, another big 201. And there were a million 201s in that ritual. And if I'm not mistaken, actually, isn't Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, also 83? Yeah, it is. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 83. So this film came out after the day that happened, but on the same day in history, April 19th, Murder by Numbers. And we're talking about Tony Bennett being dead in his 97th year of life, and death 97. Oklahoma City's on the 97th meridian west, just so you can see. 97th meridian west. It's on the 35th parallel. It's on Interstate 35, which goes down to Dallas, where JFK number 35 was killed in a huge Jesuit ritual by pretty much the same numerical code. So yeah, R.I.P. Tony Bennett. Seems like every year on this day there's some kind of suspicious death in the world of entertainment. And again, that's because it's the day leaving 163 days left near the 38th prime. And if I didn't say so, today's also 216 days after the Pope's birthday. 216 is the product of 6 times 6 times 6. And of course, 666 is associated with Satan, the number of the beast. Saturn, the 6th planet, Satan. So, if I missed it, and with all the 154s, if I forgot to say so, Alzheimer's, again, also 154. I think we covered that, but just to be sure. So, yeah. Again, here it was, the breaking news at the time, February 1st, 21. Tony Bennett breaks the news about Alzheimer's. And hey, for one more familiar pattern, today's 33 days before the anniversary of I Left My Heart in San Francisco, the album releasing, which was June 18th, 1962. And, again, Masonry has the Gematria of 33. Freemason has the Gematria of 96. Again, modern Freemasonry is a Jesuit creation. There's a lot of videos on YouTube. I take them with a grain of salt, but there's a lot of people who are saying once they got up to the highest degrees of Masonry, they found out that they were worshiping Satan at the top. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but it could be. It could be. We do know Masonry, big with the 33. Again, the House of the Temple in Washington, D.C., 33 pillars on the outside, each 33 feet tall at the address 1733, and that's because, again, Mason is 17, Masonry is 33, modern Freemasonry created in the year 1717. But yeah, R.I.P. Tony Bennett. He does have a legacy of nice music. And hopefully YouTube doesn't pull the video because I began it with the Tony Bennett song. They're always looking for a reason. So Thank you, Truth Slay. I appreciate the birthday wishes. It is my 40th birthday today. Truth Slay says, let's party. Woo, I haven't partied on my birthday in a long time, man. I don't think I partied at all in my 30s. Thank you, Slick Nick. He says, happy birthday. My name, Nicholas, equals 81, and my birthday is August 1st. Perfect. Have an amazing day. Thanks for all the hard work you do for the community. You're welcome, and happy early birthday. You're just days away. He's a Leo. And thank you to Paul the Kitsch. If there's more to that, it cut off after the Kitsch, but I appreciate the very generous $20 donation. And how fitting, we raised $40 on my 40th birthday. I appreciate that. Wish the news was better. I'll stream later today. We'll do another stream, but I wanted to get this Tony Bennett news out there. Up early this morning, and woke up just a little bit before 4 o'clock on my 40th birthday. Let's see. Had to make an account for this live. Funny. All right, well, they just took us over the $40 threshold. They said it's time this research crosses paths with actual history. The ones who possess it aren't the white man. Dr. Ali Muhammad, an Aboriginal black scholar, eviscerates the Bible in his new book. I said that word totally wrong. Eviscerates. I think I'm still saying it wrong. The Bible in his new book. If you have two exchange info, it's over. If the two of us exchange info, it's over. Eviscerates. It's coming to me. Learning words at age 40. Eviscerate. That's the word. To disembowel. To take apart. Okay. Always look up words when you're not sure of the meaning, even if you're 40 years old and you should already know them. But thank you. And I see Carl. Carl, I hope Google gave you back that money the other month. Carl made a huge donation the other month, you guys, and it just disappeared. Never got any of it, and I think they took it from Carl anyway. And it's a reminder to maybe if you're going to do super chats, which I do appreciate, don't do too big of a super chat because that could happen again. Carl donated essentially like 250 US. I think it was 200 British pounds, translated 250. But the money just vanished, never got it, and I think it disappeared from Carl's account. So I hope that's been resolved since then. But it's also a reminder that there are other ways to donate. Google does take a significant percentage of super chats. But it's still appreciated. It's the thought that counts. And Carl says, happy birthday, Zach. Need more merchandise. I will purchase soon, especially drinking mugs. I think the drinking mug is the best item on my store. If you guys don't know, I do have merchandise. I never advertise it. But if you go to my website, GematriaEffectNews, the merch button, there's some t-shirts, some hoodies, some hats, some patches. I need to get some stickers on here, like our friend said the other day. But I do like the way the mugs look. And Carl bought several mugs, and he's been passing them out. So appreciate that he's doing that. And hey, that's not a bad way to share the work. If you're in an office, maybe you didn't say anything. It's a silent statement there, right? People are like, what's that big red pill? What is Gematria Effect News? Why is it 47? It's just got all the right questions on there. And we know why it's 47 on there. I always ask the question, what is 47? Plus, we do know news equals 47, so it's kind of fitting. There is also the Truth Seeker mug. And yeah, I do need to figure out a way to make flashier merch. People have said that none of your merch looks good. That's why I don't buy any. Well, I think the coffee mug looks good, so... The red patch or the red pill, it's not too bad. But yeah, I could get some flashier stuff. So anyway, thank you, Carl, for getting the mugs and passing them out. That does help get out the word. I appreciate it. So. Can I do a quick decode on Gilly the Kid's son? I don't know what that is. Gilly the Kid's son? Rapper, that's a rapper. Okay, rapper Gilly the Kid's son. YNG Cheese killed in triple shooting in Philadelphia. Police responded to the 5800 block of Masher Street and found the 25-year-old shot in the back. This is actually breaking news as well. So here, let's just follow the familiar pattern, right? This news is breaking today, okay? Let's look at the gematria death. Death equals 38. Again, today leaves 163 days left in the year, which is the 38th prime number. Death equals 97 and 25. We're talking about the death of a 25-year-old. 97 is the 25th prime number. Again, and Tony Bennett's dead at age 96, meaning he died in his 97th year of life. So we got death numbers front and center on a fitting date. And you know what else is interesting is we're talking about Philadelphia now, right? The two most connected cities in the nation, you could argue, are Philadelphia and San Francisco. Again, the Liberty Bell spent a good amount of time in San Francisco. So many Bay Area sports teams have gone from or came from Philadelphia. So I do find that interesting. Let's check the name Gematria. Gilly the Kid, son of YNG Cheese. I have not heard of either of these people. Well, R.I.P. Gilly the Kid, Gematria of 83. There's, again, murder, 83 and 38. As we know, Rapper's 38. Jonathan's still finishing his book, 38 Special. You know, it's funny, as I try to finish my book, and I think of how Jonathan's also struggling to finish his book, and we're both like in this ongoing 3-year struggle of finishing our books. I almost just want to stop my book and help Jonathan finish his book, because in the 10 years I've been doing this, the videos that consistently get the most attention are those of dead rappers, which is in a way sad. Again, death always brings a lot of traction, and I don't know if it's because the demographic of YouTube's younger people that listen to rap music or whatever it is, but I almost feel like maybe that's a better way and a better topic. So, I don't know. Some days I just think I'm going to do that. And maybe I will end up doing that. Because eventually I will finish my book, but I'd like to help Jonathan finish his book too. 38 Special. But here's also why Jonathan can't finish his book. Him and I both have the same problem. We're trying to finish our books, and then something happens, then we feel like that's got to be in there, and then it messes with the flow and the order. And then it's like, it's just, all this stuff happens so much. But, okay. Yeah, you know, Gilly the Kid. Never heard of him, but he could be in there. And let's see, since his father's YNG Cheese, he's got the 46 in his name. Remember, Rap is 46, and so is Sacrifice, and so is Faustian. Or no, I'm tripping. Faustian Bargain's 62 like Sacrifice, but Rap and Sacrifice, and again, Genesis 46 begins with the sacrifice, and you got to spell words right. But let me see if I can get any other information on these people. YNG Cheese. Triple shooting. You know, the one other thing I want to say about the triple shooting, just Gilly the Kid has that gematria 56, like 3. We know that's a powerful pairing, 3 and 56. Again, there's 3 Abrahamic religions. Abrahamic's 56. The word light is 56. God makes light in the 3rd verse of the Bible, which is the basis of the 3 Abrahamic religions, that story out of Genesis. It doesn't look like he has a... I'm getting this backwards. All right, so YNG Cheese was killed, and he's the son of Gilly the Kid. Okay, I'm getting this backwards. The news breaks today, but the killing was yesterday, July 20th, the 201st day of the year. Okay. So 201. I'm just trying to see if I can find either of their birthdays. Gilly the Kid is born January 1st in the year 84. So that means the killing was on his 201st day of his age. And we've also seen a number of 201s in hip-hop deaths. But again, the Jesuit order, 201 and 84. And he's 39 right now. me see. One more time. But yeah, his son had the 46, the old sacrifice number. You know, something else that's interesting, since he was killed yesterday with these Jesuit numbers on it. Yeah, like we talked about, today's 216 days after the Pope's birthday. Yesterday was 215 days after the Pope's birthday. Philadelphia is the 215 area code, and this is a Philadelphia killing. So, I don't know why when I did that it doesn't say Philadelphia here. Philadelphia area code 215. So 215 days after the Pope's birthday. And again, on the 201st day of the year, we're talking about the first Pope to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. Philadelphia has a biblically connected name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio 201, like the Jesuit order, like the Holy Bible. And I imagine if I knew more about their music, their careers, there's probably a greater connection. Again, he has the 46 in his name, 46 books in the Catholic Old Testament. We know how many of these young rappers get killed in what we call these crucifixion rituals. So these are all the things I can pick out off the top, but let me see if I can look into anything with their music real quick, what comes up. So Gilly the Kid's first album came out in 2008, 15 years ago. Interesting thing about 15 is Illuminati, established by a Jesuit on the first day of the 5th month, 1-5. If you add 1 through 15 together, it equals 120. We know Young Dolph did the big Illuminati tribute the other year and died in a 201 ritual, but Illuminati's got that 120. So 15 years after his first album. He did put out an album in 15. Latest album looks like 6 years ago. Let me see if I can get more specific dates on the music. Well, he had singles and EPs before that. But we don't have any dates. Let me see. Yeah, it's easier to do these decodes with bigger celebrities because their information is easier to find. But yeah, everything we found just right off the top. Let me see his son. So his son's got his music on all the digital streaming platforms, but also not coming up on any of the more established websites. Here, I guess we can read the article real quick and see what else there. We saw he was killed on the 5800 block. Freemasonry, Secret Society, Fraternal, all 58. So is Pope Francis, in light of what we said about it being 215 days after the Pope's birthday. Let's see. A source close to the family confirmed with NBC10 the victim was YNG Cheese, a local rapper and son of Philly rap artist and podcast host Gilly the Kid. Yeah. All right, so that news did break last night, the 201st day of the year. The son of Philadelphia rap artist and podcaster Gilly the Kid was killed in triple shooting Thursday night. You know, the other thing about Thursday, remember how we saw how his rap name equaled 46? Thursday also has the 46. YNG Cheese, 4635, just like Thursday, just like Catholic. And again, the shooting occurred at the 5800 block. Everything I just said, right? Pope Francis 58, Fraternal 58, Secret Society 58, Freemasonry 58. Again, modern Freemasonry is a Jesuit creation. He was killed at 8:24 p.m. 2024 military time. Death is 20 and 25. He was 25. Pronounced dead 15 minutes later at 8:39 while his father's 39. Says a 28-year-old man and a 31-year-old man were also shot and transported to the hospital. You add up all their ages, it adds up to 84. His father's born in 84. Again, the Jesuit order 84201. Police told NBC 10 one of the victims ran over to a nearby home and 10 spent shell casings were located at the scene. Seems kind of like a weird sentence. NBC 10 spent shell casings. An SUV was at the corner of Masher and Nedrow Avenue. Hold on. Is it street? I just want to look at the intersection real quick. Masher. Why is it not like pinpointing the... Alright, so we got a lot of brick houses there. Definitely a residential setting. Yeah, this is definitely the right intersection. We got the Bueno Grocery. All right, so we got residential neighborhood with a little corner store right there. Okay. Police Chief Inspector Scott Small gives us the details. Let me just see if there's anything interesting about the streets. Masher has the gematria 67 and 122 like satanic, 67 like blood sacrifice. Masher Street 56 like the rapper's name, also 34. Rappers also got the 34 like murder. So Masher Street's got fitting gematria. And Nedrow Avenue. Nedrow also has the 56, like the rapper's name. 56 and 79. Murder's got the 79. 25 like his age of death. Nedrow Ave like his father's birth year and his father's age. And another 56 in Nedrow Avenue. That's crazy. And we got a call from Philly, so I got to take it. What's up, Philadelphia?
What's up? You should already know it's Cousin Mark. So I see that you're going live talking about the situation. You know that it was a hit. So, it was a hit on his head. They saying that, they had a price tag on his head. His dad just signed a $100 million podcast deal.
Oh, wow. 100 million? Man, I never don't even know this guy's name. That's a huge deal.
Yeah, it's Gilly the Kid. He used to be signed with Cash Money. He supposedly ghost writ Lil Wayne's album, The Carter One. You know what I mean? He's had a lot of, so-called beefs throughout the record industry. He was part of the rap group from Philadelphia called Major Figures. So it's like MAJOR, and then Figures was FIGGAS. But yeah, so.
I see this headline from Vibe magazine that was posted the day before Pope Francis's birthday. Gilly the King and Wallow received keys to the city of Philadelphia. So, okay, he's prominent.
Yeah, they're from Philadelphia. Yes. Gilly the Kid, Wallow. Wallow was a guy that I guess he was friends with, got out of prison, and they started a podcast together. But they were supposed to be trying to push the youth towards doing better. But like I said, I just heard through the streets or whatever that he just signed that $100 million deal, and literally like 72 hours later, his son is dead, and they had a price tag on his son's head. So it's known that it's a hit. So
What was the price tag for? Why was that?
The price tag was on his head. That's all I'm hearing. I'm trying to get more information. I didn't know that this is what we were doing out here in Philadelphia. So there's several individuals that I found out that had price tags on their head. Like, so whoever kills the person, I guess they know who where to go get the payment from. But yeah, supposedly there's $125,000 on his head. So, and they cashed out last night at 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, it was close to 8:30. You're right.
Yeah, that's what the news says. At 8:30 p.m., the news reports report that he was shot at the 5800 block in Masher, Freemason, 58, all of that, Alany section in Philadelphia. So,
And his father's rap name equals 83.
Right. So, I mean, I think is they saying that they think that his dad might have something to do with it because he just signed the deal. There's a number of reports going on. His dad lives over here in New Jersey, so you know what I mean. It's
He doesn't live in the 201 area code, does he? His son's dead on his 201st day of his age.
Yep. I ain't even think about that. That's right. Wasn't yesterday the 201st day too?
He's born January 1st. That's why it was the 201st day of his age.
Man, that's crazy. You see? Yeah. Now it's starting to make sense. This will, this.
And I don't know if you tuned in late, but again, he died 215 days after the Pope's birthday. You know the area code in Philadelphia, 215, and
Damn right.
so.
Yeah. And his business partner, his name is Wallow 215, and his business partner is technically the godfather of this kid.
That's Wallow, the Wallow guy?
Yeah, the Wallow 215 is the godfather to this YNG cheese. That's what they call it. That's what they've been calling him, YNG cheese. And then I found out some other stuff that YNG cheese. So he has a son named Mac and Cheese. Did you know that, Cousin Zach?
I did not. I see that Wallow just turned 44, though, and we know that's the shooting kill number.
Right. So he has a son named Mac and Cheese. They were both rappers. The guy Wallow is business partners with Birdman from Cash Money. Now he was just on a podcast not too long ago stating that he was going to sign Gilly, the kids to Cash Money East Records. I just thought that was kind of ironic that he was screaming that he was going to sign them to Cash Money East, and then next thing you know, this kid is dead. Wallow's 44. You know what I mean? So, yep.
Yeah. Amazing. All right, Cousin Mar. Well, I appreciate that. And I know you said you wanted to call in today. I think you wanted to talk about something else, but I will do a stream.
No, that's what I sent you the text message early at 7 o'clock this morning. I sent you the text message about Gilly. Said you go live about it. I'll call in and then I'll add some details to whatever might be needed. But I just wanted to let you know that he signed a $100 million record deal and that there was a known hit on his son. There was a price tag on his son. So. You know what I mean? That's very odd that, it's being, put out in the public that it was a known hit, so.
Yeah. Well, good information. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Cousin.
All right. Have a good day.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, that's Cousin Mar in Philadelphia. He was out last year. He was the big man on campus when we were in New York City. Tallest man out there on the street. I'm trying to remember what kind of shirt he had on. He had some cartoon character. His shirt was funny. It was like, I can't remember. Is it Ren and Stimpy? Anyway. All right, Cam Lee, I appreciate you asking me that. I didn't know who it was. I'm out of touch, but sadly, it's the same old. Thank you, Free Fly Aussie. I'm guessing that's the Aussie currency. Appreciate it. Monique, thank you very much. 1111. 1111 from a sweet lady. Yeah, that was my first education on numerology. My first serious girlfriend when I was a teenager, 15 years old. She told me all about 1111. It's when you got to make the wishes. Like, what is she talking about? 1111. Let me see who else. Looks like you guys got generous. I appreciate that. Did I miss anybody? Had to make an account for this live. Another one. He says, for instance, the term Israel was never a place. It was an epithet to the god El from a place that I cannot pronounce. Interesting. Ebla was a subsection of Sumeria. Isra to protect. El the god. El Israel. They stole it. Yeah? Yeah. Way to put it together. Gilly the Kid ghost wrote for Lil Wayne. I see. Okay. Well, here, let's look in connection. Lil Wayne's got that 38 connection as well. I remember that. We were wondering if 38 could be a rough year for Lil Wayne. I think it started with like a seizure, but he survived it. But he also has that 38. You know what else Lil Wayne has? The 101, like Philadelphia. So you got a Philadelphia rapper ghostwriting for Lil Wayne. That's interesting. And if you guys are new here, the Philadelphia, all the numbers in Philadelphia's gematria are interesting because in the Bible, the letter to the Church of Philadelphia is about the synagogue of Satan. Notice the 223, the synagogue of Satan, 223. And again, Philadelphia has the 101, Christians 101, and 61, just like Philadelphia. And then the 65 is interesting because Christianity is also 65. So, in Revelation, the Church of Philadelphia. And 1,000 Thrills. Thank you. Says, happy birthday, Zach. Thank you for everything. Keep changing lives. Have a good one. I appreciate that very much. So. If I'm not mistaken, isn't Lil Wayne's birthday September 27th? If he's so connected, yeah. He's also 40 right now. September 27th, the day the Jesuits are recognized by Rome. So that means it was 69 days before his upcoming birthday. But yeah, I'll do a post on this on my website. I'll write down everything we just talked about. And I think we'll stream a little bit later today. Just want to reflect on a decade of doing this and see if we can come up with a plan to get that road trip to happen. Again, you guys, you want to see the road trip happen? If you're not supporting the work, you got to become part of that support because a lot's fallen off. And I'm not going to continue to work my ass off and drive all over the place and not sleep for 2 weeks at a time. And, it's not worth it. I mean, I really like doing it, but it's not worth it if it's not going to build the movement, if it's not going to bring more people in, if it's going to make support fall off. Again, it's got us going in the opposite direction somehow, some way. So we'll talk about that later. But yeah, we'll leave this stream here for now. It was about Tony Bennett, but then we got the news about the death of the young rapper, and it fits the same pattern. So hopefully there's not any more deaths reported today. Someone says, have some fun. I don't know what to do for fun. All I know how to do is work. I take after my parents. So, anyhow, we'll leave it there for now, you guys. I will be back later today. Thank you to everyone who hits the like and the share. Thank you for everyone who brings up this information and conversations today and helps get the word out there. We need more people doing that. And again, one more time, if you're down in the Texas area, Evan's going to be out at the Rangers ball game this Sunday. If you want to go out and find him, he'll be the guy out there on the megaphone dropping the gematria knowledge. He's going to get out there before the game. And I hope he meets some other truth seekers in the area. And I hope more people start doing exactly what Evan's doing at their local stadium, ballpark. Again, these sports fans, these people that are just entertainment junkies, they need to know what's up with this world of entertainment. There is a lot of evil behind it. Gematria 32. Look for him out in Times Square in the Fordham hoodie. He likes to jokingly sport the Jesuit gear. So he'll roll you a fat one. Let's go. Yeah, and thank you for all the birthday wishes, you guys. I appreciate that. But yeah, we'll be back later today. Porn star Jay, there he is out in San Francisco. You can spread the word about San Francisco 202 and Tony Bennett's death today on the 202nd day of the year. He left his heart in San Francisco. All right. Till next time.